Hello. Happy Friday. Let's see. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Hey, 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 peeps. Good morning, good morning. How are y'all? Oh, happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Good morning to you, Funky in Spirit, Keisha King, Lori Jasmine. I need time for a hairdo. Shop Chic Society, Miss Jackson, Max got the tea. Hey, thank you for your leadership for director this week. Hey, Dr. V. Dr. V, good job last night, lady. I'm going to text you shortly. I got slammed because we broke an executive last night. Morning, doing good. You, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on. Listen, I'm sitting here in my office. We had a great night last night in business. For those of you who I don't know, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Nicole S. Cooper. I am an internet marketing and home-based business development coach, trainer, and speaker. And I show people how to begin to generate high 5- and 6-figure incomes working from home while doing what you love. So if you want to learn more about me, you can visit my website at NicoleSCooper.com, NicoleSCooper.com, and you will learn more. All right, guys. So thank you. Good call last night. Thank you. Good morning from Brooklyn. Good morning from Michigan. Hey guys, I wanted to spend this morning with you sharing something that has come across my lap that I want to address about the business dilemma. You know I love you when I start watching Wendy to watch you. Oh, thank you, Shay. I know you love you some Wendy Williams too. Hey, Rashi. Hey. So guys, listen, I want to talk to you about a business dilemma that I've encountered. And something that I had to do differently to begin to, hello from Bermuda. I love Wendy too. But yeah, something that I had to do differently in my business for the sake of something else. And this is going to be on a personal note. You know, one of the things that I truly believe in is having success and excellence in every area of your life. And when I mean that, I mean mind, body, spirit, and business, and personal life, right? We have multiple different areas of our life. Many of you watching this, you might be entrepreneurs. You might be home-based business owners. You might even be in the company that I'm in the network marketing industry. But many of you are working extremely hard because you want to be successful. You want to be financially free. You want to build wealth. You want to have all these wonderful and amazing things to really give you the life that you desire. But I want to talk to y'all about something that I feel is not talked about enough when it comes to success and money. And that's your family. You know, one of the things that I've been talking about lately is there truly balance in family? Is there truly balancing family and business? Now, the beautiful thing about working from home is that you're in control of your own schedule. But lately, I've encountered some challenges in my household. Nothing wrong with my marriage or anything like that. But my daughter is in school, and I've been getting a lot of messages from her teacher that they had concerns of things that she was able to accomplish in class. And you know, at first we thought it was just her not focusing, but then we realized that the way they teach today, if you don't get on top of your kids in early on, guys, your kids can get lost in school. My daughter is in the 2nd grade. Now, here's what we had to do. I have had to intervene and block out 2 to 3 hours of our day, spending time with my daughter working on her schoolwork. But here's the deal. The time that I've had to block out is oftentimes the busiest times in my business. And I've had to become okay with turning my phone off and not chasing the money so that I can be involved with my child. You know, every single day, I told my husband, my daughter was feeling like I didn't care about her. I heard her say something to her teacher when I came back from Belize the other day. And she said, my mom doesn't have time to spend with us because she's always working. This is what she told her teacher. So I said, I do spend time with you. But one of the things that my mom told me, she said, Nikki, that's her perception. That's how she feels about what she sees through her eyes. And you got to understand that you truly have to give her what she needs, which is you. It's not about what you think you're doing, because in your mind, you're working to make money to take care of your family. But in her mind, she said this, my mom can't spend time with me because she's always working and she's always gone. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And so when I saw that she started having issues in school, and what it is, guys, let me tell you guys something, especially parents with young children, right? And me and the teacher talked about this morning. Academically, things are getting so much harder. The teacher told me this morning, she said they keep taking the academics and bringing it down lower and lower to a lower age, when mentally the children are not mature enough to handle this stuff. And if parents don't get on top of it in the second grade, that they can lose their daughter academically for the rest of their educational years, because the educational system is just, guys, they're experimenting with stuff with our children. And even the teacher said that the math was too complicated for a 7-year-old child. And I've heard so many people actually responded to my Facebook post. So for all of you that responded and said, yeah, your child in 3rd grade and you feel dumb because you can't help them with their homework. And it's because academically, guys, they just throwing stuff at our kids. And if we don't get on top of it, we're going to lose the interest, and our children are going to feel less than and inferior because they get apprehensive when they got to sit down and take tests and they grade them. Do y'all know prisons are actually built based on the 4th grade testing? So they already know if your child is suffering academically by the 4th grade, he has a highly likely, depending on demographic, depending on, socioeconomic status, he or she has a highly likely status to be dealing with crime or, something that will cause them to be incarcerated, right? These are the kind of things that are happening. And so I had to make a commitment. First off, my child is my number one priority, my children, right? And a lot of us say we trying to get this money for our kids. But if we don't get this time to our kids, we lose them and we lose what's happening in their life. And so I had to make a commitment. I was supposed to be going out of town in a couple of days. I had to cancel my trip. I was supposed to be going to Los Angeles and do some stuff. And I said, no, I need to be home and help my daughter get this math right. So me and my husband, we got a whiteboard, right? We went to the bookstore. We got everything that her class has, right? We went and got some little cubes. They do this kind of crazy stuff in class. Y'all, I ain't never seen this stuff before. If she is 2nd grade, she's 7. I have a college education. My husband is college education, right? But I had to stop and say, Nicole, listen, no matter how much money you make, if you lack having an active hand on what's happening in your children's life in this season, I don't care if you hire a tutor or a nanny, you got to be present. And I told that teacher, I said, listen, you're going to see me every day. I said, I will volunteer. I'm going to be on these hallways, whatever it takes, wherever y'all need me. I don't care if I got to be doing a crosswalk sign every single morning so that I can have a presence on this campus. My daughter's going to know I'm going to be involved with where you are in your life right now, to the point where we're going to get this right in this season. I'm not going to lose you in this season academically. I'm not going to let you get lost. And so I had to switch some things up. And I realized, guys, listen, money is beautiful, but it can never replace the time that you can give your children when they need it the most. And I've learned, guys, that I can make money 1,000,001 ways, but I can never restore or repair things that I didn't actively have a hand on in my children's life. And so I've had to alter some things for my business. I've had to make a decision. Listen, I am an internet marketer. I've had to incorporate technology a little bit more with my team, and I had to overcompensate with my team in other ways. So if I can't get to you physically in your city to sit down with you, then guess what? I will make time. Let's do a Google Hangout. As a matter of fact, if you need me to call every teammate when I do have my time for business, I did that yesterday. One of my guys said, Nick, I need you to call a team. He sent me 7 phone numbers. Guess what? I went to Starbucks. I was uninterrupted, and I called each one of those team members. All right, let's hit this goal. Let's hit this goal. Let's hit this goal. We broke 3 directors and 1 new executive as a result of taking the time off for my team. So yeah, I'm not going to neglect my business for my household. I just have to alter the responsibility in my business so that it does not compromise my household. And so I just want you guys to understand, there's a lot of pressure in this world to look good on the outside, to look like you have it all together. But guys, listen, don't be a public success and be a private failure. Don't let my husband, he gets upset when we in the middle of a conversation and I answer the phone. So now, instead of being interrupted, because my husband, he don't care how much money you make. When he wants your attention, he wants your attention. So I have to learn, put the phone in airplane mode. Okay, just turn it off. Give me your attention so that you're not distracted by the bings and the chings and the chimes of notifications, and you're not looking to him as if you don't care about him because all you worry about is business. And then I told him Thursday was the end of the week. I said today I have to be in the office because it's the close of the business week. But Monday through Wednesday and on Friday, well, Friday is cool, it's family time. But Monday through Wednesday from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock is family time. Phone goes off. We are sitting at the kitchen table. We got the whiteboard. We have all of their workout. We're working with Carson on his homework while we're working with Chloe. We're working with Carson on numbers and handwriting and colors. Because let me tell y'all, especially in the African American community, guys, we don't help our teachers at home. We send them to school. We want the teachers to do all the work. When they come home, we let them get on the TV. We let them get on we let them get on our phones or our iPads. We let them play. We want them to go get busy so we can do what we need to do. And I noticed my son at an early age had an addiction to that computer. He will beat you down to get the phone or the iPad. So me and my husband set a rule: no iPads, no games on phones from Monday through Thursday. You can have it on the weekend and 1 hour a day. You're not going to be on the iPad all day, because another thing about this stuff, and I looked and researched about the testing and, does it hinder? And they're trying to say, oh, it's good for hand-eye coordination and all that bull crap. Let me tell y'all something. When your kids get on these games early, it messes with their eyesight. Okay, it messes with their eyesight because they're like this all day. And what happens is, this is what happens to our eyesight. If you, even computers will mess your eyesight up. It's like our eyes are a muscle. If you are doing the same activity for so long, it's like working out that entire time of your eyes. That muscle can begin to deteriorate and grow weak because it's stressed out, because you're doing this all day. You're just looking this close. And that's why they tell you, when you work on computers, you got to get up and walk away and give your eyes the ability to have some distance vision as opposed to just so close. And if your kids are like this all the time, it starts messing with their vision because it gets focused and locked in that one way of being up close, that when it goes to distance, it doesn't know how to do the contrast of a shift. So this is stuff nobody teaches us. This is the stuff that we're not having conversations about, guys. And let me tell y'all something. I refuse to be that person that's always talking to y'all about winning in life with money and business and success, but my house is falling apart. I told a teacher today, I said, my heart weeps because I know in inner city schools, when you got a D and an F school and you got a kid sitting in a class in second grade getting the same kind of work that my child is getting, but they don't have a father in their life. The mama working 2 and 3 jobs. They're not eating right. They probably don't get any sleep. You lost them in second grade. These babies are suffering in school. And she told me, Miss Cooper, I thank you and your husband so much for being on top of this. I said, Miss Bonds, you're going to see me every day. I said, I refuse to let my child suffer. As a matter of fact, I'm from Los Angeles, and many of you guys know this. And I used to be a substitute teacher, and I used to work in inner city schools in the Los Angeles area. And there were several schools. I think it was like 8 schools that USC adopted. Okay. And one of them was called Fauché. And Fauché went from being a middle school to being I think it was like 1st to 8th or something like this. It became an excellency school because USC adopted them, but they had a program. I think it went up to 12th grade. They had a program that if you maintained a certain GPA, you would get a free ride to USC. A free ride. Y'all, USC runs about $50,000 to maybe $60,000 a year. But you had to maintain a certain GPA and you had to do certain qualifications. Now, this is in the hood, okay, where it's predominantly Latinos and African Americans in this community. I had the opportunity to substitute. Now, I'm going to tell you, it ended up being the classes that I was in, the goofballs were the African American kids and the scholars were the Latino kids, all right? But here's another thing. When you saw the hallways of the parents being involved, it was all Latino parents who couldn't even speak the language, but they were in the hallways with their volunteer things on. Then when the kids were in class, they would go into another room and they would go through training for English as a second language. And all the kids who were getting these scholarships and going on to USC to be able to get these free rides to USC were all Latino children, which is phenomenal. But the African American children did not take it seriously and they didn't get those free rides. And I said to myself, it's a shame because it wasn't hardly any African American parents in them hallways and the classrooms volunteering. It was all Latino parents who could not speak the language. The children would interpret for them. I'm talking 5th grade, 6th grade, will be speaking on behalf of the parents, but the parents will be over their shoulders speaking to them in Spanish that you're going to get this right. And the difference is, guys, is these parents came from struggle. I talk about this all the time. I talk about the fact that immigrants come to this country and they see opportunity. And they know for a fact that where I'm from, we had to, people make fun of immigrants coming into this country. I applaud them. I love my folks who got so much heart that they fight to get into a country for freedom, because I know when they get here, they're going to do whatever it takes to help their kids get to another level. It's a different level of respect for what we have here in this country. But the thing is that these parents are committed that their kids will be educated because they want their kids to go on to be doctors, lawyers, attorneys, and win. And they're putting forth the time into their children to ensure that their future is guaranteed because this parent came from a life of struggle. But guys, as African American, let me tell y'all, we want to boss up. We want to floss up. We want to do this and all this nonsense, but our children are suffering. We want to put Jordans on our children's feet, but we don't want to put no books in their hands. We don't want to spend time with them to be able to make sure that they understand how to speak eloquently, to make sure that they understand how to solve problems, when it comes down to math, to make sure that they learn how to think and be comprehensive. We don't want to spend the time to ensure that we're investing in our children to a point that they go further than where we are. We want them to know how to look good on the outside, but their brains, their ability to think is not there. And then we want to get upset when they get older and they don't know how to function in life. It's because we spoon-fed them all the wrong things, but we didn't invest in them to make sure that they began to develop what was required of them to win. So guess what? Every single morning when I walk my daughter to school, every single morning, do you know what we do on the way to school? My daughter is so funny. Every single day, she's taking this affirmation with her and she's giving it to a new teacher every day. Every day, we're saying these affirmations. I am a champion. Everything I touch turns to gold. It is my season. It is my turn. I am happy. I am humble. I am wealthy. I am strong. She knows this by heart. And this morning we were practicing. I will hear from the voice of the Holy Spirit within. I will lead, but I tell her, you're going to learn when to follow. I will create and not destroy. I am a force for good. I defy the odds. I set new standards. And I explain to her, what does defy the odds mean? What does set new standards mean? What does it mean that no weapon formed against me shall prosper? I begin to tell her that you have a gift. You have a gift on this earth that God has blessed you with. You have an assignment in your life that God has blessed you with. There are things in your life that you were born to do. And I want you to understand clearly why you have this level of responsibility to do and be what mommy is showing you that we're guiding you to be and do, but it comes down to, I teach her about focus. I told her today, follow one course until successful. That means you finish what you start. That means that no matter what distractions are going on around you, you know how to put your head down and finish an assignment. That I tell her, we do everything in excellence. That means that even when you come home, you don't drop your clothes on the floor. You go get hangers out the closet. You hang your clothes up. You put them in a closet. When you get up in the morning, you make your bed. When you're finished with writing something, you put it away so that your room can look like excellence. I teach her how to have relationships with her brother. These are things, guys, that if we don't invest in our children early, it does not matter how much you got. It don't matter how much you earned, how much you make, what you doing, how you do it. And none of that stuff matters. Your children are a reflection of your true investment. And at the end of the day, when I leave this earth, that's my legacy. It's not how big my house was. It's not what car I drive. It's not what clothes are hanging up in my closet. It's what did I instill in this young lady that can be able to be a baton that I pass on to her, that she will be a reflection of what was invested in her based on what I taught her in my living years. You cannot get caught up, y'all, in being so externally successful that you compromise your household. And to all my single parents, let me explain something to you. We love and appreciate your fight because it ain't easy. Yes, I have to admit, I have a husband who does help me. But let me tell you guys what we have to do. We have to start becoming leaders in our community that get together with other parents and initiate a community of helpers where we start coming together and saying, listen, you might want to find 3 other moms, right? 3 other single parents and say, listen, on this weekend, I'll keep the kids so you can have a weekend to yourself. On the next weekend, such and such, and you start rotating. We got to get over this ego that we don't need no helper. I don't trust nobody. Listen, you better learn to trust somebody because we all need help. When I think about my mom had 4 children at a very early age, and not one of the fathers of her children were supportive or helpful. She had to do a lot of stuff on her own. My father didn't learn that until now in his late 50s and 60s, how to truly be a father. And we talk about it all the time. But my mom had a community that had her back because she had the community's back. Whenever somebody needed something, she was there. She would help feed them. She would help pick up their kids. She would help do whatever, open up the door so that the direct TV guy, whatever was, would come to the house and could do what needed to be done. She was there for her neighbors, so her neighbors were there for her. And so whenever something happened to me at school, if mama couldn't leave work, she can call somebody. Hey, Miss Pat, can you go get Nikki? Nikki is sick. Nikki is, whatever. Can you go get Nikki? She can call my godmother. She created a community around her that where she didn't live in the fact that she had no help. She did what she needed to do to be help to somebody that she could attract help. A lot of us don't have a great deal of a support system because the Bible says he who has friends must himself be friendly. And you're not friendly. So you ain't got no friends. And I've learned that about myself. Sometimes we're so isolated in this house, working on our business that we forget to have a social life. And so we have to learn to build relationships. So now when I'm going to school, I'm talking to the cross guards. I'm getting to know other moms. I'm inviting their children out for play dates. I'm asking them, hey, if you need me, tell me, because I live right across the street from the school. If anything happens, you at work, I'll go get your baby. I'll go sit down with her for lunch if you need me to on parent day. Whatever it is, you call on me. Here's my number. I'll be available for whatever you need because I know it's going to be a season when I need it. And so I want you guys to understand, business is beautiful and being successful is great, but having a successful household is even greater. And that means investing in your child. That means that, guys, in this season of my children's life, I may not be able to do all the things that I desire to do because this is a foundational season for my children. So some stuff, no, I got to say no to. Some stuff has to be delayed gratification because I know if I can get this season of their life right, then the day is going to come for me to be able to go do all the things that I want to do. But I'm also being smart. You got to pay your bills. You're not going to go broke in the name of saving your children because if you can't feed your children, it's even worse. So I'm getting innovative, leveraging technology. I'm doing things on the phone with my team and being more accessible and available that'll help get them the progress that they need to win so that my business isn't compromised in any way. It's just altered so that we can make it work so that it can support what I need to do in my household. And so, I have to share this with you guys. I really, truly do believe that this conversation has to get started, especially because I'm an African-American woman and an immigrant who come from families from another country, background from another country, is that a lot of us are not having these conversations in minority communities. All the conversations we're having is how young little Billy done got in trouble and that boy gonna be in jail, or this little girl so bad I don't want my children around them, or you seen such and such, her kids, this, that, and the other. We talk about other people's children, but we don't intervene to help show them how they can do things differently to even be better parents. And it all starts down from being exposed. Most of us are not exposed. They're not exposed. And so you don't know if you have not seen better, you don't know better. And I've had a chance to be around families who they're very well to do. One spouse goes to work. The other one stays home to make sure the household is taken care of. I know that's not ideal in everybody's situation, but I've learned, all right, let's see how I can be innovative to still be a support in my household, but still be able to bring in the income. And the beautiful thing, y'all, with the internet, There's so many income opportunities for you to supplement your income. I'm working on it right now to begin blogging and sharing with you, 21 ways to make money from home. How to leverage your network marketing business from home to successfully generate income. What are the key steps that you need to do as a network marketer, as a leader, to help your team win? What kind of activities can you leverage in your community to begin to produce sales? What are some of the things that you can do daily that will ensure that you have income coming into your household? These are things that we're going to be talking about. I'm actually in the process of trying to add on some more staff members, because that's another thing. You can't do everything yourself. You got to learn to delegate by hiring people. So I am, building out a team of people for help. And that way I can be effective in what I do, and I can outsource the other things. I have an amazing assistant here, which is so beautiful. My assistant is literally on bed rest. She was in a hospital. She thought she was going to have to be in a hospital for the next 4 to 6 weeks because she's experienced some challenges in her pregnancy. And she told me, Nick, I'm so bored. Please give me work to do. And I'm so proud that while she's laying up bored out of her mind, she has assignments to work for me, and I give her a flat rate every single week to support her while she's on bed rest. These are the beautiful things, guys, about understanding the power of outsourcing, delegating, and finding people who are good at what they do. And you invest in them so that they can help you do better at what it is that you do. Yes, please pray for her. She's such a beautiful soul. She's on top of things. Every morning she's texting me, are you doing what you need to do? Here's what you need to get done for the day. I need this by the end of the day. She's on top of stuff for me, and I love it. And so it's all about, guys, learning how to alter what you need to alter and incorporate what you need to incorporate to create success. But at the end of the day, do not compromise your children for the chase. For the chase of the money, for the chase of the success, for the chase of what looks like. Look, if I have to move at a slower pace than everybody else in the name of me getting my children's foundation strong, so be it. I am not trying to race or compete or prove to anyone or anybody that I'm good enough. I know I'm good enough. I know I have what it takes. But if in this season I got to move a little bit slower than everybody else because I got to put my attention on my seed, my true seed. Your true seed that you are putting and pouring into is your children. If I got to take my time with this over here so I can take care of my true seed, so be it. If I got to cut off some trips, if I got to scale back on some things so that I can truly get my children right, so be it. Because at the end of the day, it's what they give off to the world that is a true reflection of the real investment of what I've given, in my true world of what happens here in this household. And so I truly want you guys to understand, listen, yes, we need to take care of our families. Yes, we need to be able to financially develop an income so that we're not stressed out about our bills or feeding our children. Yes, we do want to be successful. Yes, we do want to be a boss. But make sure you are a boss in your house. You are a boss with your kids, but you are also a mentor to your kids, that you are investing in your children, that you are investing in your marriage, that you are investing in your household so that you can have as much success in home as you do outside of the home. Guys, listen, if your children are a little bit older and you're saying you're kicking and screaming and beating yourself up, listen, don't beat yourself up. There's always a time to pick up where you left off, where you didn't know. Invest in them now. Yeah, they might be in high school. Some of them might be rebels right now. Some of them might be hell on wheels like I was. I was hell on wheels. You hear me? But love on them and speak life into them. You tell them you're going to be successful. Even if they're not going to college, you're going to be an amazing leader. You are going to begin to develop your own businesses. You're going to be, I see that gift in you. You think that you're not good at this, that, and the other, but I see what you are good at. And I want you to understand that what I see in you has a good sign and alignment with people like Steve Jobs, or people like, whoever. Begin to identify people who they have similar personality traits like, and begin to speak life into them and say, you see this young guy right here? This young guy actually suffered from dyslexia. This young guy right here actually couldn't go to college because he can barely graduate from high school. But this young guy is a phenomenal businessman. Go look at people like Gary Vaynerchuk, Richard, Branson. When you start investigating the stories of these people, you realize they weren't the best students, but they had a good, strong business sense. And for some of you, your children are struggling because maybe they did get lost along the way and they didn't like school. Listen, I'm telling you, I didn't like school. I thought I was dumb because it was boring to me. But when you put in front of me an opportunity to take $1 and turn it into 50, I was good at it. I was the best salesperson on my high school campus, on my middle school campus. I could sell anything to anybody. I can go from door to door with a boldness and begin to sell cakes to my neighbors. I was able to always pull money out of somebody's pockets into mine. So I had a gift, and that gift was called the gift of gab. But the very gift of gab that I had was the very gift in my classroom that always got me in trouble and would have my teachers kicking me out of the classroom. So I thought that my mouthpiece was a bad thing. And I discovered later in life, no, it's your gift. You just got to learn how to use it. So you want to begin to look into your children, guys, and listen. Your children all are talented. I don't care if they can't read the best, or if they're not the best in math, or if they're not the best speller, or if they not. Work with them on developing confidence in the skills that are required, but find their strengths and you speak life into that thing like nobody else can. Because I promise you, my mother, I would be literally sitting in a chair at our kitchen table, just got kicked out of one school last week, went to another school, got kicked out on the first day of school, and we're sitting down trying to see if anybody in the Los Angeles Unified School District would take me because my school records were so bad. And what would come out of my mama's mouth is this: Nikki's going to college. Nikki's going to college. And I'd be looking at her sideways like, woman, you crazy? I'm so dumb. Nobody won't even take me in their schools. I'm so bad that nobody in the Los Angeles Unified School District is willing to take me. And the only school that did take me was known as the East Side High of Los Angeles, where all the criminal activity, the shooting, the violence, all the nonsense was happening on that campus. But that campus turned out to be the biggest gift of my life because those people cared about their kids and they invested in us and they taught me and took me on a college tour and were the reason why I went to college. So you want to get to a place in your life that no matter how rebellious your child is and how bad things seem, you speak life. Because baby, my mama spoke life into me. And I thought she was the craziest woman on the face of the earth because I thought nobody would ever take me in their college. Although I went to college on academic probation, although I went to an African-American, predominantly historically black college that I had never really known about, and it was in the middle of the sticks in Tuskegee, Alabama. Everything that my mom spoke became life because she believed in my future and she invested in my future. She paid $800 for me to go on a college tour while I was in high school. She worked and did whatever she could to get me in whatever program and around whatever people she needed to do to make sure that I won. She may not have been able to give me her time, but she gave me the resources. She created the resources to position me to win. So I really want y'all to understand, guys, as a parent, that is your success mantle first. As a parent, because we are raising the kids of the future. And I don't care what you do today. It's about what you can create as a legacy that is going to impact tomorrow. And I'm telling y'all now, I have made a conscious decision to put requirements around my business so that my children can be first. And so I want y'all to know, hey, this is a dilemma I faced with my business. I would listen to a lot of people's advice, and a lot of people have a tendency of glorifying, work this and work that and do this and do that and make all this money. And very few people talk about the balance of their households. And I said, you know what? I may be the different one in this scenario. My conversation might be different. I may not be making the most money. I may not have the top position yet. I may not even be the shiniest, brightest star in the environment that I'm in, but it's all right. Because right now, my focus is being the brightest, shiniest star in my daughter's school, standing in those hallways, being a volunteer in her classroom, sitting at the kitchen table, going over her problems with her after school, making sure that she knows how to be a great thinker, making sure that she knows how to go through those problems and know how to solve them, and that she speaks with confidence when she's in the classroom and she's not intimidated or insecure or inferior to her peers in her class because she's not getting the support that she needs in her household. That's where my focus is, on being bossed up. I'm a boss in the house. I'm a boss as a parent. I'm a boss at the kitchen table when we sit down doing our homework. I'm a boss when it comes to investing my money in the tools and the resources to get my children to be bosses in their class and bosses on their tests and bosses in their schoolwork and bosses when they stand in front of the student body and doing a presentation or getting an award because they were able to boss up in school. So I just want y'all to understand, listen, stop following the lead of what everyone else is thinking and really pay attention to your surroundings and ask yourself, what do I need to do so that my household, where I am right now, can thrive? As a matter of fact, today I'm working on a project. I'm creating a command center in our house because our house tends to be extremely disorganized in the morning. You can't find your backpacks. You can't find your folder. Did you do your homework? Did you put your homework back there? Did the bills get mailed out? Where is this? This has to be taken care of. It's a wreck. And I saw something on Dr. Oz the other day. The kids were here and it randomly came on about a woman who, just by organizing her minivan, it changed her whole life because they were always on the road. So now I'm organizing my minivan. I don't have no minivan. Organizing our truck to have the things that we need so that we're not running behind on schedule and late all the time. For kids, we got sports in the morning and we got, pictures for T-ball at 8 o'clock, pictures for soccer at 8:30, a game at 9, another game at 9. I mean, it's so much stuff that I said today, I'm going to get my house in order. I'm going to put a command center in place for our family. So that I'm going to show y'all, it's going to be a little project, but so that we can have everything together. And if y'all go to Pinterest, you can see what a command center is. And so I have this spot in my room. I'm going to show y'all the spot. I have this spot. We have something called a reading room. It's a formal dining, but we never use it. So this little area right here is empty. That's where the command center is going to go. This is our reading room, okay? This is where we come and we read. I'm not finished decorating and whatnot, but this is our reading room. But this little wall is going to become the command center so that when the kids come in, everything is there that they need. And so I'm going to take a picture of it. And I'm going to show, but I'm getting my house, get my house in order and my finances in order day. All right. So today is, I call it Financial Freedom Fridays, where I got to work on my finances. I got checks to cut to the IRS. I got bookkeeping to get done. I just hired a bookkeeping team. So if you guys are entrepreneurs and you're having a hard time managing your books like I do, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to get a bookkeeper to do your books every single month so that they can begin to put your, let me see. I think I have, so that they can begin to put stuff where it needs to go so that everything is organized. So for example, I'm just going to show y'all something. This is getting y'all all in my business, but this is like 1 month. This is showing you, this is just for the month. Okay. So what happens is it shows revenue. It shows all your expenses and everything is itemized. All right. So I'm going to have every single month like this. And some of y'all are wondering, ooh, what kind of income? I'm just going to give y'all a little quick flash. Bam. Yep. That's 1 month's income. If you didn't get it, oh well. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff. And I have on here, July 2015. You see? So I want y'all to understand this journey of success is not just about how your life looks in business. It's about getting your house in order. And sometimes, guys, you got to turn off the noise and tune into your surroundings and say, where am I needed best? It really does take a lot of time to get things in order. And you really want to put yourself in a position to organize and orchestrate your household. So anyway, y'all, I gotta run. And you need that bookmark. Okay. How can y'all get the bookmark? I don't know. I don't mind shipping it, but you gotta buy some product. If you buy some product from me, I put them in there all the time. So anyway, yes, y'all, I'm gonna be sharing this stuff with you. How can I book an appointment for you to come speak? Just email me at NicoleSCooper@gmail.com. NicoleSCooper@gmail.com. And guys, my blog, I'm going to start doing a lot of blogging. I'm just trying to get someone to help me with my writing because I write a lot, but I like to speak it. But here's another thing, saving yourself with time. One of the things that I'm doing for my blog posts, because I don't have a lot of time to sit and write like I want to, is writing my blog post out through my thoughts over audio on my phone, sending it to a transcriptionist, letting him transcribe that post, getting it to my writer, having them orchestrate the thoughts, and then I come in and just edit it and put my own stuff in there. because I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing, and blog posts are not necessarily income producing activities. It's just me sharing information, but it's a great way for me to track my journey in the process. And I definitely want to be at a place where I'm teaching you guys what I'm learning along the way. Because guys, listen, I don't consider myself an expert. I consider myself as a vessel who God is using to show people what I'm discovering along the way. I don't have it all together. Look, if I go in there to my husband right now, y'all saw that yesterday, my husband will tell you everything I'm doing wrong, because he always got to clean up my mess, right? He really, really knows me. And he's the one that'll put me in check. He's not my do boy. He's not my yes ma'am guy. He's my, I'm going to get you right, because there's things that I see that we got to get right. And he is my accountability partner. He's wonderful. He's amazing. But no, he does not praise me. He'll say, good, I'm proud of you. That was nice. But now I need you to do this, right? So anyway, y'all, I got a full day today, and I'm having lunch with my daughter on Fridays. I have lunch with her at her school. And I got to be there in about an hour and 40 minutes. So I'm about to organize and orchestrate my command center, and also get some things. Somebody said, I wish we were like computers. I could connect the USB cord to you. So yes, guys, I'm going to be sharing some things with you guys. My blog is NicoleSCooper.com. I have a lot of work to do on that blog. But I'm really starting to put it in place and going to make it a hub to share a lot of this information with pictures, showing my command center, and showing some things that we can do. Now, another thing is, if you want to catch these replays, go to katch.me/Nicole S. Cooper. Okay. katch.me/Nicole S. Cooper. And you can see these as a replay. I'm actually going to take this video and probably post it on Facebook so that we can be able to get it, where people can actually see it. So give me some love. I am really, truly hoping we hit 1 million hearts. Oh, somebody just texted me. Okay. So that we can, thank you, Nat Rowe. So did this help you guys? You are a disciple. Thank you, 5 pounds gone. I am a disciple. And I'm here to help create disciples, right? Hey, Miss Sandy Petty. Thank you for you. Because of you, I got catch.me. Yes. All right. Absolutely. Now, so many people were asking and saying things along the way. I want to make sure I answer any questions that any of you have before I shut down. Yes, it did. Awesome. I needed you today. Hey, Miss Keisha Smith. Love, it helped. Have a fabulous. Thank you, Rosie. Raiders Day. Thank you. Hey, you're always amazing. Cheryl, Shelley, where you been? Hey, Cheryl. My heart finger is in machine gun mode. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Is a number you can be contacted. Inbox me. You can inbox me on Facebook. Nicole S. Cooper. Hey, Terrence. Hey, TB Twyman. I'm going to be on her show, y'all, next Wednesday. Is it, Tashan? So follow her. I'll be on her show next Wednesday. You pour from the bottom of your heart. Thank you. I speak life into my children daily, but my 15-year-old daughter, wow. Ooh, when I was 15, I am Jackie, baby. It was probably a hopeless scenario. So trust me, love on her and show her. As a matter of fact, I was pregnant at 15, y'all. Believe it or not, a story I've never talked about, but I didn't have the baby. So I was hell on wheels at 15. Y'all hear that piece of my story in my bio. No children, but a little brother that I gained some wisdom to implement to. Hey, Fadia, thanks for the reminder. I have 5 kids at home and 1 in college, and I'm in law school myself. Get it, mama. Congrats. Your message was answered prayer for me today. Awesome. Is Catch only for iPhone? Actually, I can't find Catch.me on the iPhone. I find it on the computer. I have a 17-year-old. You have to love on him. I went to college at 17. Yes, Lord. The Alexis, no, awesome. I salute you and your intoxicating knowledge. Hey, Gunner, thank you. Kevin D. Robinson, thanks. Sexy's baby, inspirational. What is the Catch website, please? Somebody post a Catch for her. At the end of the day, all kids want is your time and love. So true. And you gotta have money to provide so they're not starving, but they want you. Where can we get the affirmation cards, please? Can you please talk? That's a tough question. And I say that because a person who makes them is not making them anymore. She is, but I'm gonna figure that out. I keep getting asked that. Always great wisdom from you, Miss Nicole. I'll post them on my Instagram account, Nicole S. Cooper. Yes, Blab. Thank you. Thank you. You are so inspiring, Catch Me. My son, 13, having major education issues. I needed this. Miss Keisha Smith, put your hands on your baby. Spend as much time. Go back. If he is having a lot of issues, go back to the basics, y'all. Sometimes we got to take our kids back to first and second grade. That's why your baby can read. No, Hooked on Phonics was a big deal because it taught people the principles of reading. And, you know, we need hooked on basic math, because if we lose our kids early, if they get lost early, and sometimes, y'all, the teacher's not communicating, especially where you live. Like, I live in a really good school district. Our school, you know, it costs money to live over here. It's like we paying for private school in our rent. We renting this house and we pay a lot of money to live here. But it's like getting your kid a private school education. So it has its pros and its cons. And if you can't afford that, you have to be on top of what's happening in your kid's classroom. Like, you got to go up there, you know, take a day off, find out when you're volunteering, find out what it is that you can do to just go show up. You know, I saw a 60-minute special the other day about this school. God, I forgot the name of it. It had a beautiful name, but it was hell on wheels, fights all the time. And when this guy had a parent-teacher conference, only one teacher showed up. He talked about, it was like a, you know, an inner city, urban, predominantly African-American, poor community. I think in Philly somewhere. Philly school district is having a lot of hell right now. And they just talked about how all you want to do is get through the class period without a fight. Your kid can't even learn. So, you know, I said I'm going to start volunteering and going into these schools and trying to help do something. You know, it's rough, y'all. It's rough, but we can make a difference. Anyway, okay, y'all, catch.me. Catch.me, katch.me/Nicole S. Cooper, and you can see the replay. All right. Thank you so much. Yep. My husband and I go to school. Yep. I told them they gonna know me. You better believe it, baby. When they see me coming, here she go. Here come Miss Cooper. Yep, I'm here. And my kids gonna know it too. And they ain't gonna cut up. I grew up going to West Philly High School. Yep. All right, cool, y'all. Thank you so much for joining Catch.me. And if you need to reach out to me, Facebook group, Facebook. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye.